How to find cash buyers for free. Guys, it's Rick Ginn here today, and we are all talking about the free methods to find cash buyers for your wholesaling real estate deals. But listen, before I get into it, make sure you smash that like button if you enjoy this content and hit that subscribe button to continue to receive the best up-to-date information on wholesaling today. So let's talk about it. All the free ways to find cash buyers for your wholesaling real estate. So let's start out with my favorite, the one that probably has the most effective way to get them. And I'm talking about getting them fast. Guys, it's simply by going on your social media, go in your Facebook groups. And here's what you want to do. You have to look for groups. Don't look for individuals because it's too time consuming. Find an investor group in the market you're targeting. So if I'm in the Atlanta area, I'm going to type in under groups, Atlanta Investor Group, Atlanta Wholesaler Group, Atlanta Fix and Flip Group, Atlanta Landlords Group, and it goes on and on. Atlanta Creative Financing. I don't care. I'm going to get in and subscribe to all those groups. Make sure you follow the rules, you answer their questions, and participate. Because if that's the market you're working in, there's nothing better than networking with locals. It works really well. Once you get in there and you get subscribed, if you have time, try to provide some values in these groups. There's nothing worse when you just sign into a group, you join it, and you instantly ask for the world. I need this, I need that, I need to sell this, I need cash buyers. Find out what's going on. If you're pressed, I get it, go in there. But a lot of times, if you go in and initially make that post, you're probably going to get kicked out of the group because you're not providing any value to them. Keep in mind, if you had a group of 5,000 or 10,000 people and everybody just went in there, show me your cash buyers, I'm a cash buyer, the group would get to the point where it's not effective anymore. So understand why people get banned in these groups and why it happens. That's considered spam. You have to avoid spamming these groups to be effective. The best way to do is go into that group and search it, okay? There is a search bar in these groups once you become a member, and you can search for cash buyers, cash deals, landlords, other wholesalers, whatever you need to do. And a lot of times you'll be shocked. Their emails actually tied in that Facebook group thread. Not only is their email in there, a lot of times their name's in there, their phone number is in there. There's so many things you can do by pulling that information without being spammy. Spam is nothing more than like automated messages for people trying to pull information out for their own benefit, and it's not for the benefit of the others in the group. You got to stop doing that. It's terrible. Honestly, if you do it in any of my groups, I ban you right away because I don't want you in there for 5 minutes asking for all the cash buyers and they're providing zero value. It's not helpful. So what you want to do is search in the group, look for these different types of buyers. Look for cash everywhere. And don't just stop with one group. Go to a bunch of them. And while you're there, provide some value to them. Hey, I'm in the Atlanta area. If anybody needs help, wants to network, I would love to JV, just stuff like that. When you start providing value to these groups, then you can go and ask for cash buyers. But until then, use the search bar, scrape the ones that are already there in public, and take advantage of it, guys. It's really easy. And I got to be honest with you, in our business, it's one of the easiest ways we find local cash buyers. It doesn't cost us a dime. And we're all about talking about finding free cash buyers with no expense. Doesn't cost you a dime. Just please avoid the spam because that's what's getting everybody in trouble. And that's how you get kicked out of any of my groups because it's really annoying and it's hard to operate a group that benefits all if people just want one thing. So guys, go to your Facebook groups. It works really well. I haven't been as successful on Instagram and other places like that. It's not as effective. Facebook, hands down, is probably the best place to do this in the group section. So use that search bar, guys. It works, and please provide value. I can't tell you that's imperative. The next one is just an old classic that's been around long before I got into wholesaling, and once again, it will be around long after it is just go look for rent ads. Now, there's several ways to do it. One of the easiest ways, again, is go to Facebook. So instead of go to groups, now you can go to rental groups. They're not as prolific and they're not as interactive as regular wholesale groups. You can find rental groups and find it in the markets you're looking to target. The other way is go to Facebook Marketplace and just look for places where people are trying to rent out their units. And keep in mind, go, wait a minute, Rick, I don't want to rent a unit. I want to find a cash buyer. You're right. So what you want to do is remember when they're renting out a unit, that is a landlord, and landlords Most of them have more than one rental unit, and they're always looking to add for great deals. And for this reason, I've never had a landlord turn me down in making an offer to present them with wholesale deals. They will easily give you your phone number, your email, and obviously their name. It is a great place to collect them. But don't stop there, guys. Let's think about the old school techniques. And say if you're in a market, so if say you're doing Port St. Lucie and you're local, this is if you're local, you can drive around and just find for rent ads on the houses. They're stuck on street corners. They're absolutely everywhere. And if you're virtual, you can scrape this stuff online. So we already talked about Facebook Marketplace. Craigslist, believe it or not, it still exists. People still look there and it works. And just a good old internet search will do some amazing things for you guys. This is all 100% free. It's not going to cost you a dime. You don't have to go out and spend money to find these cash buyers. Just use the resources I'm giving you. They are free. And honestly, they've been around a long time. The old school ones. The new school ones are just more of a virtual search. I know a lot of you guys do virtual wholesaling, and that way, either way, you can search. Number 3, I'm going to give you an old school method, man, because I've been in this business 20 years, and I still do this to this day. When I'm in a hurry to find cash buyers, like quickly, I'm talking days, if not like less than a week, go to your local realtors. I'm telling you, they're in the market every day. And here's specifically what I'm looking for. I'm looking for cash buyer agents. That is agents that represent buyers that only work in cash in a certain geographical area, usually a zip code or a city. And they have price points and they have types of houses they want, either fixed and flips or rental ready properties. To be honest with you, it's a real challenge to find their clients like perfect fitting properties that they have to compete for on the open market. So when you reach out to these real estate agents, you can basically call them and let them know what you do. And usually they're very, very happy to talk to someone like you. Now, keep in mind, these realtors are the gatekeepers. I sell a lot of properties with the realtors just looking at it. Like they do the inspection, like the walkthrough. That's it. They handle the assignment. They do everything. They go to the title company. They are the eyes and ears for their clients. And this is one of the reasons why I really like it. I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, wait a minute, Rick. Then I got to cut in and pay a realtor 3 to 6%. I'm here to tell you, realtors, they typically will pay 10 to 15% more than a regular cash buyer because of the convenience of the transaction built in. So if you think you're giving up by working with a realtor for a cash buyer, you're wrong. You're actually going to make between 5 and 10% more, even if there's a 6% realtor fee, because they are going to get you a higher price. Because think about it. Realtors love to be presented deals that can go down quickly with cash on both sides and no competition. It is their favorite deal. I get very little pushback from the realtors. And honestly, it is probably my favorite way to sell a wholesale deal for the highest amount without putting it actually on the MLS. Guys, use this one. It works. You're probably saying, well, Rick, I don't have MLS data access. This is fine. So back when I first started wholesaling, I didn't have it either. So what I do is find a local realtor. I told them what I did and the type of properties I'm looking for, and then nicely asked them if they pull me a cash buyer's agent list. So all the agents that represented cash deals from the last 6 months or 12 months in that area, and they push a report and they print it for you. It might cost you a cup of coffee, maybe a lunch. Well worth it. Obviously, I have access to that information now, but for 7 years, I did this exact technique I'm teaching to you now. And now we do it in-house, but it is highly effective, guys. Realtors, they're responsible for 95% of real estate. So if you don't use realtors, you're walling off 95% of your cash buyers pool. Why not open it up and use them, guys? It works really, really well. Now, coming in on the next one, I know I'm old school, guys. I've been doing this a long time, man. I just love this business. So I love using some of the old techniques married with the two next techniques. That's why me and my son work so well together. So I still love going to REIA meetings, okay? A REIA is R-E-I-A. It's a Real Estate Investor Association meeting. And it's simply where a group of investors get together. It's not just wholesalers. It's fix and flip guys, landlords, creative financing people, like note buying people, property management, you name it, it's there, contractors, everything. It's a place where people can network. It costs like 10 or 20 bucks to get in the door, well worth it. It's a group of like-minded individuals. Now, understand when you go to these groups, if you're a newbie, just do not buy everything that's offered to you because they know when you're new, they're going to attack you with all sorts of boot camps and programs. And what I want you to do is attend at least 4 to 6 regular meetings and get to know everybody. In that room are some of your best cash buyers ever, but you have to earn their trust, and you need to find out who you want to do business with it. There's some people in there you don't want to do business with it. So don't go in there like super like pumped up crazy in your first one. Just go in there, get some cards, get to know people, and network, okay? The key to networking is offer value to the other person. Do not be the person that walks on the REIA and says, "You got any cash buyers? Give me all your cash buyers. Give me your cash buyers." It's like a mosquito. It's annoying. You're not helping out people there. You're just out for your own. Go in there, network, offer value to people, and get to know people. Some of my best friends in this business I discovered at REIA meetings, and to this date, like, we still mastermind on everything. And that reason you should get involved in your local REIA. But like, I promise you're going to walk out of there with cash buyers. And usually, the first meeting goes through free, but it's 10 or 20 bucks. I know you said it's free, but you're going to get so much benefit from it. It's so much better than doing like these crazy courses and boot camps. And why not? They're usually putting in a hotel room. They provide usually a good spread, some cookies, some drinks. So why not doing it? And here's the secret to REIAs. The real networking is done after the event in the parking lot, talking to people, or at like a local bar. And just, man, I could tell you, man, I used to spend hours after the REIA meeting. Guys, go do it. I enjoy it to this day. I still love going to REIAs. Like, it's just, I really love wholesaling, and this is probably the best place to network with the most amount of people that you can do it within a couple hours. The last one, once again, it's going to be an old school one, but it still works. You want to attend your local real estate auctions, okay? And you're like, what the heck are you talking about, Rick? Every town has one or two auctioneers, okay? And these are people that go out, and usually these companies have been around for a long time. They're handed down within the family. They have a reputation of liquidating properties. Now, the really cool part is they typically stay at the average price point in your market or below. Perfect for us wholesalers. They like to have them on Saturday, and they advertise them. If you can't find it, just go do a Google search in your market. It should pop up. Hands down, they love to advertise on the internet. They usually have them Saturday mornings between like 10 and noon, okay? You go to the event. It's not uncommon to see 50 to 100 investors there in a really active market. Dude, what better place to find cash buyers? Because remember, if you have 100 people gathered around one property, there's only going to be one winner. That means 99 people are going to be left disappointed. Why not take advantage of this? It's helpful. Be respectful of the auctioneer. Do not take pictures of their list. That'll get you in big trouble. I see people doing that all the time. Do not get banned from them. Go out and network, hand them your card, collect people's cards, and then find another place outside of there that you can talk to people and see if you can find a great cash buyer and build your cash buyers list that way. But guys, I just gave you 5 incredible ideas to find as many cash buyers as you want for free for your wholesaling real estate business. Are you going to take advantages of these options? And if so, which ones are you going to do, or which ones would you add to the list? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, do me a favor, smash that like button if you like these ideas. Hit that subscribe button so you get notified at the next video I release on the latest and greatest information on wholesaling today. This is Rick Ginn, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.